Dirty Loops have just released a brand new song called Follow the Light, and it features Cory Wong. This is their first ever song with guitar, and wow, it's so good. I've been learning and analysing the track for my own benefit, but I figured that some of the things that I've learned would make for a great video because there's elements of this song that we can all learn from. So today I'm going to break down some of the riffs and melodies from the great Cory Wong and Jonah Nilsson. Obviously, if you haven't yet heard the song, then go ahead and give it a listen before we make a start. If you want to learn more about music theory, songwriting, technique, fretboard visualization, and much more, then come and join me on Fretwise. Become a member today and you'll get access to all of my masterclasses, as well as daily challenges, a members forum, and personalized progress reviews. Click the link in the video description or go to getfretwise.com to learn more. The first noteworthy phrase that I'd like to share with you is the ascending triad progression that Jonah plays at the beginning. And this, by the way, features in the chorus as well, so this is a very important but short section. I'll play it for you slowly. So that's quite simply just a C major triad there, followed by D major, and then E minor. After that, Cory and the band play this really awesome E minor pentatonic sequence. Once again, slowly, and pay attention to the fact that this starts with an upstroke. So far, a really cool introduction to the song. And now for the verse, where Cory's just grooving with some single note E minor pentatonic notes. It's quite simple really, it sounds like this. And that just repeats over and over for a few bars there. Once again, it's just important to get alternate picking and the rhythm. So I'll play it slowly so you can see what's going on there. And then as the vocals come in, Cory moves that same phrase up an octave. I'd like to encourage you, however, to be a bit loose on this though, and try to change up the rhythm just a little bit and maybe add some additional notes or different rhythmic patterns. So you could of course just go, but I think Cory changes it a little bit, maybe something like, something like that. But you can really do what you want with those three notes, maybe even adding in the two there. Now you might think that so far it's just E minor pentatonic, but I think it's actually more important to notice that these notes are actually chord tones. Cory is actually targeting the flat 7, followed by the root, and then the flat 3rd. And that's very important because if you choose 3 different random pentatonic notes, it's not going to sound nearly as good unless you're resolving to chord tones. Okay, so now the real fun begins. I love this part and the tone is phenomenal. I think I'll just go ahead and play that slowly for you so that you can just use your eyes and your ears to observe what's going on. Hopefully I was able to break that down for you nice and slowly. The most important thing that I'd like to bring to your attention is the notes that use vibrato. Do rewind the video as much as you need to and play it back a few times to make sure that you don't miss out on those elements. Picking direction and groove is also very important. I'm not going to tell you exactly when you should down or upstroke, but use the previous demonstration as a guideline. Let's now move on to the chorus. Jonah is back in the spotlight here with the catchy vocals and the incredible keyboard progression. I love everything about this. You know, it kind of sounds empty when I play it alone, but when you play it with the song in the original band, it makes you wish that you had friends to play this with. At first listen, you might think that all of these are unique chords, but it's actually just a really simple triad progression. The chords are C major, D major, E minor, and then we've got G major, another inversion of G major, A minor, and then a first inversion of G major. And I think that really resolves nicely back into the C major again for the repetition. Now, if I play all of that as it sounds in the track slowly for you, pay attention to the picking and the rhythm and all of that good stuff. And once again, I'm not going to spoon feed you here. I want you to watch this, use your eyes, use your ears, and do your best to figure it out. So the first measure is and then the second time round. And then the third time round is exactly the same as the first, and then the final measure has just a slightly different ending. Here we go. So instead of finishing on D major there, just like the first or second example, we finish on F major. Now again, rhythm is very important here. So do rewind the video as many times as you need to try and get the strumming and the timing down before verse 2. Now verse number 2 is the final section that I'd like to talk to you about, and in verse 2, Cory levels up the rhythm a little bit with double stops. Here's one example for you to learn. Now, don't quote me on that, I'm doing this by memory here, but the rhythm might be a little bit different, but this still would work, it's still in time. Let me slow it down for you. Now once again, similarly to verse 1, this particular lick outlines the chord at hand, or the key. So we've got E minor again there, that's your minor third and your fifth. Followed by an inversion of that, we've got the root and the third. And then here we've got some tension tones, but that obviously resolves really nicely to, especially with that hammer on there. So that's the flat 7 and the 2, and the 2 hammers onto the flat 3. Now I believe Cory plays that 2 times, and on the third time there's a slightly different variation. So I actually find that a little bit challenging to do on this guitar since there's not really a radius on the fretboard, so it's hard to do fast double stop sequences. But anyway, I'll play it slowly for you. to speed. Once again, these notes outline the chord tones of E minor. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more breakdowns like this in future videos. If you want more structure and firm goals in your guitar practice, then join me on Fretwise if you're serious about leveling up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the notification bell, and until next time, get practicing, get playing, and get Fretwise.